Boyle Heights to the 5. And there was also that crash on the 5 freeway northbound before Whittier Lorena. That cleared from the right lane, but it's still backed up from Rosecrans. This report brought to you by 7-Eleven Coffee Rewards. What's better than 7-Eleven coffee in the morning? How about free 7-Eleven coffee? Download the 7-Eleven mobile app and you'll start earning free coffee with your first coffee purchase. Buy 6 coffees any size and they'll give you a medium-sized coffee for free. I'm Kirk Lewis. That's traffic on 104.3 My FM.
Mr. Gray, we'll see you now.
104.3 My FM.
You've read the book.
You've been waiting to see Mr. Gray.
The wait is now over. 50 Shades of Grey opens in theaters Valentine's Day, and My FM has given you total access to be one of the first to see the movie. Listen all week starting with Valentine in the morning to win a 4-pack of advanced screening passes. Plus, we'll give you a copy of the 50 Shades of Grey soundtrack, courtesy of Republic Records.
Available in stores February 10th.
Score a second chance to win now. 1043myfm.com. Keyword My Club.
This time of year, my hair is usually pretty brittle and dry. It's a combination of the weather, plus all the styling I do to my hair on a daily basis with hot rollers and a blow dryer. And in the past, when I would brush my hair, a lot of it would end up in my brush. And that all changed once I started using Ovation. It's Jill, and you too can experience the proven results of thicker, stronger, longer, more healthy hair with Ovation Cell Therapy Systems. Ovation Cell Therapy's protein and amino acid treatment nourishes the hair and scalp to bind and absorb into the hair shaft naturally, with no silicone fillers, drugs, or harsh medications. The Ovation Cell Therapy System stops dryness and prevents my hair from breaking off. You've heard me talking about Ovation for a while now, and trust me, it really does work. My hair looks and feels healthier and stronger. It's so shiny and soft and no longer breaking off into my brush. Log on to ovationhair.com right now and select 1043 MyFM at checkout to receive your special introductory discount. That's ovationhair.com, and remember to choose 1043 MyFM at checkout.
From the ASU Online Weather Center. This report is brought to you by Oro Wheat Whole Grains Bread.
Sunny skies in Ontario, a high of 77. Expect partly cloudy skies in Sun Valley and a high of 77 as well.
Make any sandwich taste even better and get the whole grain nutrition you need. W13. Visit SoCalBMW.com for details.
Because it's local, it's current.
How connected are you? I don't want to miss out on what's happening. Be in the know.
It's definitely KNX.
KNX 1070 News Radio.
KNX's time 8:20 and Indian Wells tennis boycott ends. Here's Randy Cadoon.
It has been 14 years since a Williams sister last played at a tennis tournament at Indian Wells, but this morning Serena Williams announcing she will return there to play at the Paribas Open next month. Williams announcing her return in a column for Time.com, also in a video, which I will post on my Twitter page, at KNX Randy Cadoon. She said she stayed away from Indian Wells since feeling an undercurrent of racism in 2001, adding that with a new understanding of the true meaning of forgiveness, she will proudly return to Indian Wells in 2015. Well, 3 for 3 for UCLA when it comes to recruits announcing who they are signing with on ESPN. The latest, Josh Waraboko, who is a guard, he will join Connecticut prep tight end Chris Clark and running back Soso Jamabo out of Texas as high-profile UCLA signings. USC has their share of signees as well, and CBSSports.com says they currently have the number 2 recruiting class behind Alabama in all of college football. An NFL linebacker has been arrested after allegedly punching out a guy over a parking space. Colts linebacker DeQuell Jackson charged with misdemeanor assault. On the scoreboard, Ducks 5-4 come from behind winner over Carolina. Kings lose 4-0 at Washington. Sports 20 and 50 minutes past each hour. Randy Cadoon, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Stop what you're doing right now and listen.
Taco Bell Cinnabon Delights, your favorite bite-sized golden treat filled with warm Cinnabon frosting and covered with cinnamon sugar, is now a coffee. We'll give you a second to drink that in. Introducing new Cinnabon Delights coffee from Taco Bell. Treat yourself to one hot or iced and get 4 free Cinnabon Delights with purchase. Live Moss. Offer valid for a free 4-pack of Cinnabon Delights with Cinnabon Delights coffee purchase at participating Taco Bell locations for a limited time only. Cinnabon and Cinnabon Delights are trademarks of Cinnabon Inc.
Gotta get up. YFM, 3 things you need to know.
Driven by Nissan during Nissan's 2015 event. Get great offers on our innovative full line. Shop ChooseNissan.com today. 3 things you need to know right now.
It is 8:22. Officials say 15 people have survived with injuries when a Taiwanese flight carrying 58 people banked sharply onto its side, clipped a highway bridge, careened into a shallow river. The plane had just taken off from Taipei, so we assume that 15 people have survived. The others, more than likely, still missing or deceased. Very sad. There's a dash cam video that captured all this. It's incredibly compelling. 1043myfm.com, keyword Valentine. And this is no attempt on our part to be salacious in our coverage, but the video will be everywhere today, and it is compelling, truly compelling, and portrays the gravity of the situation. And in our lives, so often we encounter things in the movies where you go, oh my gosh, look at that big scene where something blows up, whatever. The reality of the situation comes to life in this one because we know it's not a movie. And it's up at keyword Valentine on our website. LA County has 21 confirmed cases of measles, 17 of which are linked to the outbreak triggered at Disneyland. LA County's interim health officer plans to deliver an update at a news conference later on this morning. Tonight's Powerball jackpot. Breathe. Seriously. $317 million.
So much money.
What would you do with $317 million? My dear wife, Leilani, is listening right now. I know she is for a fact because she texted me, why do we have to listen to Seacrest for 7 minutes during your morning show? So I know she's listening. Honey, we won't have to if we win that $317 million, so stop by and pick up a ticket, will ya?
And so that is the thing that we spend most of the time thinking about. How often does the lawn need to be watered? What time of day it needs to be watered, and should restrictions be imposed on those sorts of things?
I know that there have been some programs where homeowners are being encouraged, particularly small lawns, just get rid of the grass and put in artificial stuff, or put in sand and put in cactus and all that kind of things. Are these the kinds of things that the board is encouraging homeowners to do so that you will eliminate watering altogether?
Well, we think it's a very positive thing to move to more natural landscape and not use lawn when at all possible. It's very unlikely that the water board would ever mandate that lawns are somehow not permissible, but we certainly would like to see incentives for moving in that direction.
And since we don't have as much water, obviously, as we need, we know what the snowpack report that came out a few days ago certainly indicates that. Are we talking about, generally speaking, and certainly here in the city of Los Angeles and the surrounding area, that it's likely that we are going to see a higher cost placed on the homeowner for the usage of water?
Well, that often happens when conservation occurs. The amount that needs to be charged for each gallon of water goes up because fixed costs are unchanged, and so I would expect that as water becomes more scarce, that the price will rise.
Thomas Howard is the executive director of the California Water Resources Control Board with us live. KNX News Time 8:25. Traffic and weather together on the Vise, brought to you now by Omni Hotels and Resorts. Here's Jen.
Two signalers continue. One of them heading into the Baldwin Park area. This is on the 10. Both of our signalers are on the 10, by the way. 10 eastbound, approaching the 605. They've had at least 3 or 4 right lanes blocked with an overturned rig. The backup out of Alhambra starting at around New. The 10 is not the way to go through that area. I got to say, I would definitely jump down to the 60 or the 210 if you're heading out of town. Between wherever you are and out towards the 605, the 60, the 210 are much better working alternates for you. They've also got the south and northbound 605 transition to the eastbound 10 closed. And they haven't given us a duration on that signaler, so I just want to give you a heads up on that. The other one's been working for about 4 hours now out in Fontana, East 10 at Cherry. They still have the 2 right lanes blocked. The backup is the 15. The westbound 10 is slow from Citrus. Okay, the 15 north has been very heavy, coming up from Marietta, slow from Lake up to about Ontario Avenue. South 57. Wow, it's been really slammed this morning. Heading into Orange County, into Anaheim, coming out of Diamond Bar. The problem was at Catella, cleared probably 30 minutes ago, but the backup remains from about 57. Also, the northbound 405 to South Bay Curve, really tough. Coming up from Avalon up to the 10. It took one of our tipsters an hour and 20 minutes to go just before the 110 on that north 405 all the way up to the 10. And we got chicken wire across all lanes, northbound side of the 5 at Garfield, adding to a very heavy drive coming out of Wayda Park on that northbound 5, and it continues to be heavy all the way up into the East LA interchange. Traffic and weather together on the 5. Our next report at 8:35 from your Southern California traffic leader, KNX 1070 at CBSLA.com.
The temps today are going to be in the 50s. That's from Evelyn Taft at CBS2. We still have quite a bit of fog around some parts of the area, especially along some of the coastal communities. That forecast will be with us again tomorrow morning. Low clouds and fog tomorrow. A high again tomorrow in the 70s. Friday the same. Saturday the same. So over the next several days, this is what we're looking at. What you saw today is going to be very similar, so just plan for that. Culver City right now has 57. Studio City has 59 degrees. In Ontario, it's currently 49. And in Pasadena right now, it's 54 degrees. By the way, I want to remind you, coming up, we're taking a look at the story that we were talking about earlier, which is just the high cost of medicine here in California. We're trying to get.
It is a shocker sometimes when you go to the pharmacy and you say, how much?
Yeah, and I mean, it's like the per pill rate, and you find out there's no generic, and so,
Why are they that high? Why do they need
how
to be
do the
that high?
pharmaceutical companies justify doing that? There's a big hearing in Sacramento about that today. We're going to find out more about that and what can be done, if anything, here in California to help you with your prescriptions. KNX News Time 828.
Join them for an intimate tennis event at Omni Rancho Las Palmas, March 10th. See Kei Nishikori, Petra Kadvidava, and more for the ultimate Pro-Am exhibition. Watch her play with your favorite pro. Luxury accommodations starting at $149. RanchoLasPalmas.com. Come play where the players play.
Hello, I am Baymax. Disney's Big Hero 6 is now Oscar nominated for Best Animated Feature. Sweet. The most entertaining movie experience of the year is also the most original, and the critics agree. Voice Joe declares it flies high on hilarity and heart. This one's a winner. Baymax! The Washington Post calls Big Hero 6 a movie that's as fun to watch as it is funny. The Chicago Sun-Times cheers. It's gorgeous, consistently funny and touching. It is all right to cry. The San Francisco Chronicle says it is shot after shot, an intelligent and artful creation, truly a thing of beauty. And the Huffington Post raves. When a film has the power to do what Big Hero 6 can do on so many levels, it shouldn't only be watched, it should be celebrated. Whee! Big Hero, bigger heart. Experience Disney's Big Hero 6. Now in theaters. Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested.
Hey, you know this. Roses for Valentine's are always the perfect gift. You want to wow that special person this year, you send them the very best. Hey, everybody, it's Randy Cardoon. Do what I do. Impress that person with a beautiful rose bouquet from 1-800-Flowers.com, your rose authority. And right now, 1-800-Flowers has a special limited time offer just for you because you're listening right now. Available only through the end of the day today. Order 24 stunning multicolored roses for only $29.99. Think of it, that's half off the original price. Or you can get all red roses, just add in $10 more. It's an amazing offer. You get 2 dozen roses for $29.99. But this deal ends today and only while supplies last. So you need to order it now before it's too late, and, well, you frankly have to start explaining things, and that never goes well. Go to 1-800-Flowers.com from your desktop or mobile device. Click on the radio microphone on the upper right-hand corner and enter my name, Randy. That's 1-800-Flowers.com. Enter Randy, or just get on your cell. That's easy. Call 1-800-Flowers, and don't forget to tell them Randy sent you.
Learn how Chase is helping businesses across the country get the financing and advice they need to expand and grow at chase.com/Mission Main Street.
When the News Watch never stops, always live and local. This is KNX 1070 News Radio.
Good morning, I'm Dick Hope.
And I'm Vicki Moore. Some of our top stories.
Jordan put in the target onto the back of ISIS, but what will they be able to do?
Plane goes down in Taiwan, caught on tape. At this point, nearly 2 dozen dead.
It is Wednesday, February 4th. There's what's happening now at 8:30.
Support is said to be building in Congress for increased U.S. military assistance to Jordan after a Jordanian pilot was burned alive by ISIS. West Virginia Democratic Senator Joe Manchin told MSNBC this morning that Jordan's King Abdullah must be given all the military equipment he needs to fight that militant group. In Washington, the president's choice for Defense Secretary Ash Carter was asked this morning at his confirmation hearing about the administration's strategy for defeating ISIS.
I think it's important to strike back at ISIL as we're doing from the air, but to begin to retake territory as soon as we can build the forces on the ground.
We also talked about it this morning with Congressman Adam Schiff, local congressman, also ranking member of the House Intelligence Committee, who opposes as Americans being sent into that region. He's going to be meeting at the White House today on his resolution to give the president authority to do more in the Middle East.
Crews in Taiwan have hoisted the wreckage of that commuter plane out of the shallow river where it crashed just after takeoff. CBS News correspondent Seth Doan is in Beijing. The death toll now 23.
This is the second deadly crash for TransAsia Airways in less than 7 months. Last July, the same type of aircraft, an ATR-72 turboprop, crashed, killing 48 people as it tried to land in bad weather. That crash is still under investigation.
There was an onboard camera of a truck that was moving right down the freeway as this plane crashed right in front of it. Shows it banking, clipping a bridge, and clipping another vehicle on the freeway before it crashed.
CDC says there were 102 cases of measles in the U.S. last month. That's almost double the number for all of 2012. The majority linked to that Disneyland outbreak. The Surgeon General was on CBS this morning saying vaccinations can stop the spread.
While the overall vaccination rate in the United States is still high, what matters is that we have pockets throughout the country where those vaccination rates are low. And when you're in a pocket with low vaccination rates, that's when you find yourself at greater risk of getting measles.
We were talking about this just a moment ago. The State Senate Committee up in Sacto is delving into the national debate over what effect high-priced specialty drugs are having on medical.
iHeartRadio.com/Hot Tub Time Machine 2.
We haven't talked much about the 405 this morning. Just the usual stuff on the southbound side leaving the San Fernando Valley. You're on the brakes starting at Roscoe Boulevard. It's tough towards Sunset. Northbound side of the 405 slows down at about Lakewood Boulevard and Long Beach. That's tough into West LA to the 10. Jammed on the southbound 101 from DeSoto into downtown, leaving the Woodland Hills area. The southbound 5 slow from the 14 into downtown. Still a problem on the 10 in Baldwin Park heading eastbound. A little past the 605. It's Big Rig on its side. Just the left lane is open. It's backed up on the 10 freeway heading eastbound starting at about Del Mar, leaving Alhambra. Maybe head for the 60 instead, but you'll be stuck now on the eastbound 60 from Rosemead Boulevard, heading up past the 605 towards Azusa. West 60 is tough from Azusa to the 5, and jammed on the west 10 from the 57 to the 101. This report brought to you by Omni Rancho Las Palmas Resort and Spa in beautiful Palm Springs. Enjoy a star-studded tennis event at Omni Rancho Las Palmas March 10th. See Kei Nishikori, Petra Kvitova, and more for the Ultimate Pro-Am exhibition. Watch or play with your favorite tennis pro. Luxury accommodation starting at $149. Visit RanchoLasPalmas.com today. I'm Kirk Lewis. That's traffic on 104.3 My FM.
Did you practice those names?
Kei Nishikori and Petra Kvitova. We have a little pronouncer here.
Dude,
so
good job, man. That was fantastic.
Yeah, I know Kei Nishikori from just watching tennis.
That was really impressive. I'm impressed with you. Good job.
Thanks.
Thanks, Kirk. Weather today, morning, low clouds and fog, mostly sunny this afternoon, highs mid to upper 70s, Glendale 53, Buena Park 54. Some kid listening right now, that might be their first memory right there. Captain Kirk nailing those names. Jill's got the gossip coming up.
So we've had a few sneak peeks of the new 50 Shades of Grey movie, and just now a trailer has been released for another movie ladies will be very excited about. I'll tell you which one in less than 15 minutes.
Love how she says we've had a few sneak peeks. That's all this girl has been doing for the past 3 days, watching these videos. You get them on an auto roll. They just keep going and going and going. Let me get Caleb here. Morning, Caleb.
Good morning, Valentine.
Caleb, what's the earliest memory you got, buddy?
I was at the lake, and I was about 2 years old. The first memory is picking up wet leaves on the ground, you know?
Okay.
And then shortly after, it's banging on a camper door, and the door flying open, and then I fall out of it.
Hold on a second. Caleb, were you pushed out of a Starcraft camper as well?
I don't know if it was a Starcraft camper, but it certainly was a camper. Maybe
Kid's got the same memory as me, being pushed out of a camper.
Who pushed you out of a camper?
My sister Kathleen.
She really did while it was moving?
Yes, it was my sister Kathleen or my sister Noreen. Nobody's talking.
Was it on purpose or an accident?
I don't think they wanted a boy in the family.
Caleb,
they were kind of happy.
I can't believe the 3-year-old man. I don't believe you.
No, it's true. I think.
Well, there you go.
No, I believe you. I think some people
Thanks,
can have
Caleb.
memories that go way, way back.
All right, so my kid has that memory, too, of going way, way back, obviously, to his birth, basically.
But your kid is 6 right now. How long is he going to hold on to that
That's
memory?
a great point. That memory may not last. You're 30 years old, Jill. The memory has lasted for you of you being in the crib looking up at Karen, your mom.
That you guys don't believe, but I'm telling you it's
not
true.
a single bit. We don't believe that at all. It's probably a home movie you watched or something.
Not from my point of view, from inside
You
the
get a
crib.
GoPro on your head.
866-544-MyFM.
But I can tell you that the North 5 is just jam-packed from Rosecrans. It stays heavy all the way up into the East LA interchange. Haven't talked much about the 605 South. That is really tough heading into Whittier, starting at about Beverly. And then, of course, our two sig alerts, one including the 605, north and southbound 605 to the eastbound 10. Those transition roads are closed. This is heading into Baldwin Park. The eastbound 10 at the 605 has a jackknife rig blocking at least 3 lanes there with a backup out of the Alhambra area. And yes, I've looked, and the 60 and the 210 still remain good. Coming from, say, downtown or Pasadena out to the 605, your eastbound 60 and your eastbound 210 are better. And then also heading out in Fontana, our signal continues. Eastbound 10 at Sherry, 2 right lanes are blocked with a backup to the 15. And there's some looky-loose flowing on the westbound side as you slow from about Citrus. Traffic and weather together on the 5s. Our next report at 8:45 from your Southern California traffic leader, KNX 1070 at CBSLA.com.
A foggy start this morning, but we are expecting pretty warm temperatures by the afternoon and clear conditions as well. Partly sunny to mostly sunny skies. Expecting 60s, 70s, and even 80s through our inland valley. Staying this way for the next few days. By the end of the week into the weekend, Friday into Saturday, a slight chance of rain for the central coast. Other than that, keeping things dry and the offshore winds picking up as we head into next week. I'm CBS 2 meteorologist Evelyn Taft with your exclusive KNX 1070 News Radio forecast.
Santa Clarita has 50 now. Whittier has 55, and Agoura Hills right now is 48.
I'm assigning you, by the way, to go somewhere after work and get a Powerball ticket for us.
Yes, I think we should.
Cut me in.
Then, what if we win? What do we do?
Yeah, I think you know.
Yeah, well, you might be right.
Apple stock is hitting a new high today. Frank Motek has more on that. He's got your money news coming up next. KNX News Time, 8:38.
Valentine's Day is almost here. And though the celebration lasts just one day, a gift that comes from the heart is sure to be cherished for years to come. So this Valentine's Day, give a gift from the heart with Pandora Jewelry. The Pandora From the Heart gift set features a sterling silver bracelet with heart-shaped clasp, 2 shining steady heart clips, and 1 love all-around charm with hearts in sterling silver and sparkling pink stones. It comes beautifully presented in a heart-shaped keepsake box ready for Valentine's Day. A retail value of $235, it's now just $200 while supplies last. See store for details. With hundreds of Pandora charms to choose from, it's easy to add even more personal charms to create one-of-a-kind jewelry that tells her unique story. This Valentine's Day, give a gift from the heart. The gift of Pandora Jewelry. Pandora. Unforgettable moments. Glendale Galleria, Galleria at Tyler, The Oaks, the shops at Mission Viejo, South Bay Galleria, and Del Amo Fashion Center.
What fuels you?
5, 6,
Here's Kim going downtown for a dance class. Going to her daughter's soccer game.
Come on, Katie, you can do it! Woohoo!
Kim fuels up at Exxon and Mobil stations, where our quality gasoline helps improve fuel economy, and where she could win $1,000 in free Exxon Mobil gift cards just by telling us what fuels her, like dance class or her kids. 10 weekly winners. Full details at Exxon.com or Mobil.com. Exxon and Mobil. Energy lives here.
No purchase necessary. Ends April 7, 2015. Restrictions apply. Actual fuel economy benefits may vary.
Office space isn't something you think about until you need it. Then it's all you can think about. Leases, locations, and logistics. Every detail takes you away from running your business. But Regis can make it easy. With one call, you can get furnished offices and support staff wherever and for however long you need them, from short-term to long-term. So let Regis take the hassle and expense out of setting up your office so you can focus on your business. Regis, the new way to work. Call 1-800-OFFICES. That's 1-800-OFFICES.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. Call InventHelp today.
Call 1-800-358-7816. That's 1-800-358-7816.
KNX News Time 8:40. An update on your money news right now, and here's Frank.
Well, you're smiling if you have Apple or Disney stock this morning. Apple stock's been hot since the company announced a record profit of $18 billion in the last 3 months of 2014. Apple shares hitting new highs today above $120 a share, and the surge in Disney stock to all-time highs, making Laurene Powell Jobs, the widow of Apple's founder Steve Jobs, a wealthy lady. A trust fund bearing her name is Disney's largest shareholder, and the rise in Disney stock has added about $1 billion to the value of that fund today. Disney stock right now hovering near $102 a share, an all-time high, and it's better than expected earnings. Right now, the Dow is up 61 points, NASDAQ up 7, and the S&P 500 up a half point. Some big deals to tell you about. Staples inking that deal to buy Office Depot for $6.3 billion. And J.M. Smucker, the company that makes jams and other people food, buying Big Heart pet brands. That deal valued at $3.2 billion. Running news, 10:40 past the hour. Frank Motek, KNX 1070 News Radio.
San Fernando Valley, you're next. We're going to check your drive. Traffic on the 5s coming up. KNX News Time, 8:41.
What bothers you most about your old windows? Over the last 15 years, Kathleen and I have listened.
15 years ago, Bill and started American customer service. 15 years later, and they've become California's #1 window replacement company.
So many of our customers tell Bill and I that their old single-pane windows don't keep the street noise out, the neighbor's mower sounds like it's in their living room, and every time the wind blows, it makes a howling sound.
American Vision Windows has the solution, the sound package. It's one of our favorite window upgrades.
Because it does such an amazing job of reducing the outside noise and helps to create a serene environment in a loud world.
Call American Vision Windows now and get a free upgrade to the sound package. Call 888-383-8181.
Revolutionizing the home improvement industry one customer at a time. American Vision Windows.
Enjoy the serene environment you've been wanting during American Vision Windows' 15th anniversary. Call 888-383-8181. That's 888-383